Now, in terms of company setup, what you need to understand is a few requirements. The first thing, you need one shareholder, or this will be the owner of the company. Then you will need a director. The director can be the same person as the shareholder. You will need a share capital of minimum $1 Hong Kong, but $1 is really not much. So one share of $1 is nothing. The common practice actually is to have 10,000 shares of $1 each, which will be about 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. And why we do that is because when you go to the bank will generally ask you to do a deposit of about 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. So this makes sense for a bank perspective. And then you have those 10,000 on the bank account, and that's your capital as well. You will need one registered address. So the registered address will be your official address for the company. It's your registered office. And this, most of the time, if you work with a consultant, he will provide you his own address. So it can be a virtual address. It doesn't have to be a physical one. You can have a brick and mortar if you want, but actually a virtual address will already be enough for the government. Then you need the company secretary. This is a really special function. It's not an admin. So sometimes, we incorporate business for our clients, and then they get back to me and say, "Hey, Laurent, you said that the company secretary was included in the package. So I want your company to do admin work for me." I'm like, that's not the way it works. The company secretary is a kind of a paralegal function. The function of the company secretary is actually to help you with anything related to share transfer, new director, change of company name, change of address, increase of your capital, and all these kind of things. So anything related to the governance of your company is handled by the company secretary. So it's almost a legal function, and you need one. Now, what are the requirements for the company secretary? It has to be either a Hong Kong resident or a Hong Kong company, and there's no more requirements. So it's just that. Now, the truth is that this person has quite a role, and it's quite important. So I advise you to choose it carefully and don't take the first random person passing by. And it's fairly cheap actually to get one. We'll talk about the cost a bit later. Then you need to pay a government fee. So you will have first the BR. So the BR is the business registration. This costs 2,250 Hong Kong dollars, and you will have to pay this fee every year. The other fee to pay is the certificate of incorporation, and this costs 1,720. Okay, and this you only pay it once. By the way, if there is some people here that watch the video and know a bit about how it works in Hong Kong, you might challenge me on the fees of the BR, saying, "Oh, but it's not 2,250, it's $2,000 plus 250 of levy." So okay, fine, 250. At the end of the day, you will still pay 2,250. So I just make it simple for you. Then you will need the green box, which is a fairly useless piece of paper. Basically, it's a box that is green. So that's the name kind of explain what it is. So it's a box that is green, and inside you have a couple of things. When I say it's useless, is because everything is done online nowadays, but it's kind of part of the folklore to make a green box, and it's not totally useless. I mean, the rubber chops, for example, you need to use them for the bank. So, I mean, yeah, it's still relatively useful, but not that much. So what you have inside, a statutory book. You have 2 rubber chops. You have 1 common seal. It's a metal seal that you will most likely never use. There is blank share certificates if you want to issue a share certificate to the shareholders. Now, the truth is everything is recorded online by your company secretary, so it's not really useful. And there is 10 copies of Article of Associations. This is relatively useful actually, because your auditor will ask for one, your ComSec as well. Your accountant may ask as well. Sometimes suppliers may ask for Article of Association.